F-35 versus modern radar. Who wins? What if I told you the most advanced stealth fighter ever built can still be seen? Not clearly, not easily, but not invisible. Because stealth was never about disappearing. It was about surviving long enough to win. And today, that idea is being tested like never before. Because radar has evolved. And the question is no longer, can you see the F-35? The real question is, how long can it stay hidden before it's too late? The F-35 Lightning II is one of the most advanced combat aircraft ever created. Built by Lockheed Martin, it was designed from the ground up to be stealthy, intelligent, and deadly efficient. Its shape, its materials, its sensors, everything about it is engineered to reduce detection. But here's the truth most people misunderstand. Stealth does not mean invisible. It means difficult to detect. And that difference changes everything. Let's start with the basics. Radar works by sending out radio waves. These waves hit an object and bounce back to the radar receiver. The stronger the reflection, the easier it is to detect and track. This reflection is called radar cross-section, or RCS. The F-35 is designed to have an extremely low RCS. From the front, it can appear as small as a metal golf ball. That's not invisible, but it's very, very hard to see. So how does it achieve this? First, shape. The aircraft uses angled surfaces to deflect radar waves away from the source. Instead of bouncing directly back, the energy is scattered in different directions. Second, materials. The aircraft is coated in radar-absorbent material. This special coating absorbs radar energy instead of reflecting it. Third, internal design. Weapons are carried inside the aircraft. No external missiles, no exposed structures. Everything is clean. Everything is optimized to reduce detection. But here's where things get interesting. Modern radar systems are no longer simple. They don't just look for a strong reflection, they look for patterns, weak signals, fragments of data, tiny inconsistencies in the sky. And with powerful computers, they can combine these signals into a track. This is where stealth starts to struggle, because even if the F-35 reflects only a tiny amount of radar energy, that energy still exists. And if you have multiple radar systems working together, you can begin to detect it. This is called multi-static radar. Instead of one radar transmitter and one receiver, you have many. Different angles, different frequencies, different perspectives. Each one sees a small piece of the puzzle, and together they build a picture. Now add low-frequency radar. Most stealth aircraft are optimized to defeat high-frequency radar, like X-band systems used in fire control. But low-frequency radar uses longer wavelengths. These wavelengths interact differently with the aircraft's structure. They can resonate with the size of the aircraft, making it easier to detect. The result? You might not get a precise lock, but you can know something is there, and that's enough to change the battle. Now let's talk about another problem: heat. Because no matter how advanced an aircraft is, it still produces heat. Jet engines generate massive thermal energy. Even with advanced cooling, even with clever exhaust design, you cannot eliminate it. This is where IRST comes in. Infrared search and track systems don't use radar. They detect heat, and heat cannot be hidden the same way radar can. The F-35 reduces its thermal signature. It mixes hot exhaust with cooler air. It hides engine components deep inside the fuselage, but physics still applies. At long ranges, in the right conditions, it can still be detected. So now we have a situation. Radar can sometimes detect it. Infrared systems can sometimes detect it. Does that mean stealth is useless? Not even close. Because detection is only step one. To actually engage a target, you need a fire control solution. You need accuracy. You need a stable track. And that's where stealth still dominates. Even if a radar detects something, it may not know exactly where it is. It may not have enough precision to guide a missile. It may lose the track as the aircraft maneuvers. Stealth creates uncertainty, and in combat, uncertainty is power. Now let's flip the perspective. What about the F-35? Because this aircraft is not just hiding, it's hunting. The F-35 uses advanced sensors to see everything around it. Its radar, its electronic warfare systems, its infrared sensors. All of them are fused together into a single picture. This is called sensor fusion, and it gives the pilot something no older aircraft had: clarity. While the F-35 is being detected, it is also detecting, and often it sees the enemy first. This is the real advantage, not invisibility, information. In many scenarios, the F-35 can detect and engage targets before those targets even know it's there. Even if the enemy radar picks up a weak signal, it may be too late. The missile is already in the air. Now, let's talk about electronic warfare, because modern combat is not just about radar and stealth. It's about control of the electromagnetic spectrum. The F-35 can jam radar signals. It can deceive sensors. It can create false targets. It can manipulate what the enemy sees. So even if radar detects something, it might not be real, or it might not be where it appears. This turns the battle into something very different, not just detection, but deception. So, who wins? F-35 or modern radar? The answer is not simple, because this is not a static fight. It's an evolution. Radar gets better, stealth adapts, detection improves, countermeasures evolve. There is no final winner, only advantage. Right now, the F-35 still has the edge in many scenarios, because stealth combined with sensor fusion combined with electronic warfare creates a powerful system. But the gap is closing. Modern radar is improving fast, computing power is increasing, new detection methods are emerging, and the future battlefield will be very different. So, what does this mean? It means stealth is not dead, but it is no longer untouchable. It means pilots cannot rely on invisibility. They must rely on strategy, on awareness, on timing. Because in modern air combat, the winner is not the one who is unseen, it's the one who understands the fight. And that's the real story. If you made it this far, you now understand something most people don't. Stealth is not magic, radar is not perfect, and the battle between them is far from over. If you want more real explanations like this, no hype, just how it actually works, make sure you subscribe, because in the next video, we're breaking down something even more insane. How heat, not radar, might be the biggest weakness of stealth aircraft. And once you see it, you won't look at modern fighters the same way again.